The sky over the Pacific Ocean turned bright like fire. People stopped in the streets, staring upward. Something huge was falling fast, glowing and burning through the clouds. Most thought it was a meteor, but deep underground, inside the UN command center, alarms began to scream. General Kim stood in front of a giant screen. Red lights flashed everywhere. "This isn't natural," she said, her voice sharp. "It's changing direction. Meteors. Don't do that." Technicians zoomed in on the object. It was not made of rock. It was metal black and silver, spinning as it came closer. It had symbols on the outside, glowing red. Then it hit the ocean. The water exploded upward like a mountain. Waves crashed across islands. All communication went silent for 5 seconds. When it returned, every world leader had the same question. What just hit Earth? Navy recovery. Teams rushed to the crash site. They expected broken pieces or fire. But what they found was something strange smooth, unbroken, and still warm. The object was not destroyed. It was waiting. Scientists were called in. One of them, Dr. Myra Len, stood close to the device. She looked at it carefully, ignoring the fear in the soldiers' eyes. "This isn't just a bomb," she said. "It's something more." The generals wanted to destroy it, but Myra said, "Something that changed everything. No, don't touch it. Let's learn from it. Let's see who sent it, and why." No one knew that this choice, this small moment of curiosity, would decide the future of Earth and shake the galaxy to its core. The alien device sat in the middle of the high-security lab, locked inside a thick glass chamber. Tick, hum, or glow. It just waited silent, cold and heavy. The scientists surrounded it, afraid to touch it. Some wanted to run. Others stared at it like it was a ghost. Dr. Myra Len stood closest. She wore gloves, a helmet, and a calm face. Her voice didn't shake. "Let's see what you're hiding," she whispered. She connected a shielded cable to a small port on the bomb's surface. Nothing happened at first. Then lines of alien symbols flashed across her screen. Fast, strange, beautiful. The entire lab went quiet. "Is it writing?" someone asked. Myra didn't blink. "It's speaking." Suddenly, her computer froze. Lights flickered. The alien code moved like it was alive. Then the screen went black. 5 seconds passed. Then a single sentence appeared. "You are not the first." Gasps filled the room. "What does that mean?" asked a technician. "It means," Myra said, "this bomb has a memory. It remembers other worlds." The generals watched from behind. "Glass shut it down," one shouted. Now, but Myra leaned closer. The bomb began to glow soft blue, not red. Her system rebooted. A map appeared, a star chart. Dozens of planets were marked with red X's. All destroyed, all silent, all past targets, and then Earth's name lit up next. The scientists stared at the bomb. It wasn't just a weapon, it was a messenger, a warning, and maybe a test. And now, Earth had a question to answer. Would we panic, or would we learn? The room was dark, except for the soft blue light coming from the alien device. It pulsed like a heartbeat, slow, steady, alive. Dr. Myra Len and her team had been awake for nearly 30 hours. No one wanted to leave. Something was changing. Something was waking up suddenly. The lights flickered again. The screen blinked once, twice, then a new window opened. No one touched anything. "Is it doing this on its own?" a young scientist asked. Myra didn't answer. She just stared as strange symbols appeared. Then, without warning, they stopped. A new signal was being sent out into space. "Where's it going?" Myra asked. The AI expert checked the data. His voice was dry. "It's calling someone." "Shut it down," barked General Kim over the "Comes now," but it was too late. A loud crack filled the lab. Speakers came alive with a cold, deep voice, Celian metallic and cruel. "Your world was marked," the voice said. "You are weak. You were never meant to survive." Everyone froze. The signal ended. Silence returned. But on the screen, one final message stayed. "Jakar protocol complete. Earth pending final strike." Dr. Myra's hands shook. "They weren't just trying to destroy us," she said. "They were watching to see what we would do." This was only the first test. The bomb had sent its report, and the ones who built it, they were listening. Earth was no longer alone, and the galaxy now knew. Humanity had touched alien tech. We weren't destroyed, we answered. The world was holding its breath Every government, every leader, every scientist waited for a single answer. What should we do with the alien bomb? Inside the secret UN war chamber, the air was tense. Generals argued, some demanded immediate destruction. "We don't know what else it can do," one shouted. "Blow it up before it finishes whatever it started." Others warned that doing so might trigger more attacks. "What if they're watching how we respond?" said another. "This might be a test of intelligence, not just strength." Dr. Mira Len stood quietly at the center of the room, her face calm but tired. She had seen the code. She had heard the alien voice. She had touched something no human had touched before. Then she spoke. "We can destroy it," she said, "and tell the galaxy we fear their power." Or, she stepped forward. "We take their weapon. We rebuild it. We show them that Earth doesn't run. Earth learns. Earth improves." The room went silent. General Kim narrowed her eyes. "You want to keep the bomb? I want to turn it into a message," Mira said. "A message they'll never forget." That day, the world changed. The project was approved under full secrecy. A team of the best minds on Earth was formed. Scientists, engineers, hackers, and soldiers all brought together for one mission. Take the Jakar's weapon, make it better, and send it back. Not just to survive, to send a warning of our own. One that no alien species would ever ignore again. The lab was buried deep under the Rocky Mountains. Its walls were made of steel, its doors locked by codes known only to 5 people. Inside, the alien bomb was no longer glowing. Reddit pulsed blue now. Cold.com, waiting. Earth's top scientists worked in silence. The air buzzed with tension. One wrong wire, one wrong signal. And everything could vanish in a flash. Dr. Myra Len stood at the edge of the operating table. The bomb's outer shell had been opened. Inside, there was something no one expected, an energy core made of shifting light, floating like liquid stars. "What is it?" whispered an engineer. "Alien power," Myra said softly. "Now, it's in our hands." They didn't try to copy it. They upgraded it. Human neural chips, quantum processors, adaptive shielding was fused into the alien system. Engineers added smart targeting, defensive protocols, and a voice system. Now, it could speak in every galactic language, and Earth's. The final wire was connected. Everyone held their breath. The core flashed once. Then, the entire device changed. Color silver, with soft blue lines. No longer a bomb dot something else. A warning. The alien weapon had become a symbol. It wasn't built to explode anymore, was built to speak, to threaten, and to promise. General Kim watched through the glass. "Is it safe?" Mira smiled faintly. "It's smarter than safe. It's ours now." Across the stars, the Jakar believed Earth would panic. That we'd break, that we'd fear. But they were wrong. Earth didn't fear the weapon. We made it. Better, and we were about to return it with interest. The launch pad was hidden in the Nevada desert. Only a handful of people knew what was about to happen. The sky was clear, the wind was still, and at the center of it all stood the weapon, no longer a bomb. No longer alien, but something entirely new. The device was sleek now, its sharp edges had been smoothed. Its black surface shimmered with deep blue lines of energy. A small Earth flag had been printed near the base. Just beneath it, the words, "Try again." Dr. Mira Len stood with General Kim, watching the final checks. "Do you think they'll understand what we're sending?" Kim asked. Mira didn't blink. "They'll understand. That's the point." The engines roared to life. The capsule, carrying the rebuilt weapon, lifted into the sky. It rose fast, cutting through clouds, leaving behind smoke and flame. Within minutes, it was gone. Racing into space, the world watched in silence. No one spoke, no one cheered. Because this wasn't a celebration. This was a statement. Inside the device, the alien core pulsed softly. It carried a new program, a message in hundreds of languages, Jakar included. It told them what Earth had done. It told them what would happen if they tried again. It ended with a final line. "You sent this to destroy us. We send it back. Improved, you should be afraid." In the cold vacuum of space, the capsule flew silently toward the Jakar system. They thought they had scared humanity. But Earth had answered not with fear, but with genius, with fire, and with a gift they would never forget. Far away, in the heart of the Jakar Empire, the capsule entered their space undetected. Their defense systems scanned it, confused. It carried no known threat, yet it was clearly not theirs anymore. A small Earth insignia blinked on its surface. Inside the Jakar High Command chamber, alien generals gathered around the strange object. Their claws hovered over control panels. Their eyes narrowed at the human signature. "What is this?" one hissed. Another growled, "It's ours," but changed. They activated it. The device opened with a hiss. Light flooded the room. A voice spoke not in one tongue, but many. The message was clear, sharp, and impossible to misunderstand. "You failed, we survived, and now we understand you. Next time, we won't just rebuild your weapons, we'll come find you." For a moment, no one moved. Then panic exploded. Advisors shouted. Soldiers drew weapons. Emergency alarms rang across the chamber. Some screamed that Earth had declared war. Others shouted to retreat to prepare defenses. But one of the oldest Jakar generals simply stared at the device. "This is not war," he whispered. "This is a warning." He turned to the others. "No species has ever returned our bomb. Earth is not like the others." They replayed the message again, and again real fear spread across the Jakar ranks. They had tested Earth expecting silence, fire, or surrender. Instead, they got something worse, an answer. A weapon turned into a message. A prey species that didn't run, humanity had spoken. And the galaxy just got its first taste of what Earth could become in Earth's skies. All was calm, but far above the clouds, new objects had appeared in marked ships, sleek and silent. Watching from behind the moon, Earth's satellites caught the movement. Alarms were raised. Fighter squadrons were launched, but the ships didn't attack. They just waited. Inside the UN command center, General Kim stood beside Dr. Myra, both staring at the screen. "What are they doing?" Kim asked. "They're thinking," Myra said, "deciding if we're worth fighting or fearing." Suddenly, a signal came through. No encryption, no warning. A deep, layered voice echoed through every channel. "You rebuilt our judgment weapon. You rewrote its purpose. Earth has passed the first threshold." Myra leaned forward. "Is that respect?" The voice continued. "You may speak. The Jakar will listen for the first time." Silence fell across every military base, every news channel, every room. The enemy who once sent a bomb to wipe out Earth now wanted to talk, not from a position of power, from hesitation, from fear. In a secret chamber under Geneva, Earth's first message was prepared, not of peace, not of surrender. It was a warning wrapped in calm words. "We are builders. We are survivors. We are watchers now too." The transmission was sent. The Jakar responded with only one sentence. "We were wrong about your kind." The galaxy had changed. The predators had looked at humanity and seen something impossible, and now, the war wasn't just about survival, it was about who would lead next. The meeting chamber was unlike anything Earth had seen floating in orbit above a dead moon, with gravity balanced by alien machines. Around the round table sat 3 Jakar warlords, their armor humming with energy. Across from them, in a dark gray suit, sat Earth's ambassador, Colonel David Rourke. He wasn't a diplomat. He was a soldier. The Jakar glared at him, waiting for fear. But he didn't flinch. "Earth has survived your judgment weapon," Rourke said calmly. "We rebuilt it. We returned it. That was our answer." One Jakar leaned forward. "You have no empire, no fleets, no colonies. Why should we listen?" Rourke smiled slightly. "Because we learned faster than you expected. Because your weapon didn't break us, it taught us." He pressed a button. A small hollow projector lit up. The image of the upgraded bomb spun in the air, showing human systems merged with alien tech. The room went quiet. "This is just the beginning," Rourke said. "You tested Earth, but Earth is testing you now." Jakar warlords glanced at each other. For the first time, they looked uncertain. "You want peace?" Rourke said, his voice cold. "Then understand our terms. Leave Earth, don't come back. Never send another weapon toward our skies." Silence. Then one of the Jakar stood and slowly bowed his head. "Your species has fire and focus," he said. "Very well. The Jakar will retreat." As the chamber lights dimmed, Rourke turned to leave. The humans had arrived with no ships. No armies, just proof of what they could become, and it was enough. Not because Earth begged for peace, but because we earned their fear. A distant world lush, green and full of life shook as the Jacker judgment bomb entered its atmosphere. The skies turned red. The people screamed. The leaders begged for help, just like Earth once had. But this time, help came. A flash of light streaked across the sky. A sleek black ship marked with the Earth emblem intercepted the bomb mid-fall. It didn't shoot it down, it caught it. Inside the command ship, Commander Rena Hayes of Earth's Galactic Response Division stood tall. Her voice echoed through the communication link to the planet below. "Stand down. The weapon is neutralized. Earth is here." The people of that world cried with relief. But far away, deep in the Jackar Empire, rage erupted. Earth was no longer hiding. We weren't just defending ourselves, we were watching. The humans had turned a single act of destruction into a blueprint for power. We studied their bomb. We understood their message. And now, we had rewritten the rules of the galaxy back on Earth. Dr. Mira Len stood on a balcony as new stars blinked into the night. Skyships bearing Earth's flag patrolling sectors once left in fear. "We're not just survivors anymore," she whispered. "We're guardians." The Jackar had sent their test, but it had awakened something greater than they imagined. Humanity had learned. Humanity had answered. Now humanity was rising, and for every future world that saw a weapon falling from the sky, they would look up and hope that Earth was watching. Hope that we'd send it back. Better.